Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Re-Aged SMB League. And what do we do with these buzzards? Things are not looking good. We're 9 games into the season. We're sitting at 3-6. We're currently tied for the second worst team in the league and only behind the Heaters. I am thinking that we just sim through these games one by one until the Buzzards either become competitive or the season ends. I just want to get this one over with so we can start working on fixing this mess of a team. I did consider this matchup and watching it, but I just don't think a 3-6 versus an 0-8 team is worth our time. And I apologize if you were ready to watch Tusker Fuss go up against the Heaters. So let's go ahead, and I am just going to simulate these ones as long as the lineups or the starting rotation is proper. I guess we can do a quick suggested lineup here, and I won't worry about much else. Looks like they like Norm Phenomenal at first. All right, so we simulate the game. This one will be a 2-1 victory against the Heaters. So they go to 0-9, we go to 4-6. So we are sneaking back up. We're 3.5 games back of the Jacks right now, who we only lost to 2-0. Drop in loyalty here. It's going to go to Jerry Ronner. He's just not part of our long-term team. And Shigatani, while she is older, has been successful for us. I'm thinking I'm going to lean on this one going to Vinder Hawkins. Vinder is younger at 26, and he has been decent this year, but I think he's been fading a bit down the stretch. He's currently sitting at a 286 average. He has 2 doubles. He does have an error and caught stealing twice, but that's fine, I guess. Julio Hooper, while I like what he has with that specialist trait and 4 pitchers as a closer, he's definitely not a part of our long-term team. So we'll go with Vinder for the loyalty bump, and Hooper will get the loyalty drop. I don't typically have closers when I can't control when they're being used. We simulate to the next game. We'll take a quick peek at what happened since that game ended. We're now last in the division, or no, we've been last in the division. Since the last game ended, Hannah Hogswin did gain a 2-seam fastball, so she's now a C pitcher instead of a C minus. I don't know why those pictures look like that. Development option for Ricky Kwan. Development for Sammy Shigatani. I'd love to give that to her, but I don't think it makes sense at 31. Yvette Victorino gets dropped by the Crocs in place of Sky Rodriguez. Holy moly, plus 14 to 22-year-old Bertha Banks in the power department. She's now 80 power, and that'll keep you on the team for sure. Roberto Alba getting an opportunity to get Steeler with our Tier 3 Crafty. That's something I'll look to develop for him. +2 arm for Ricky Kwan, getting better. And a chance for Seymour Sox to get some development. He's too old. Godfried Storm, who is, I believe, 21 in the original SMB in SMB4, is now 30. Bubba Blastman is 27. So change in ages for them, but Godfrey gets dropped. He'd be interesting if he weren't so old. All right, development wise, we can do as many as we want to. You know what? We have a shit ton of money, so I'm going to spend this one on Ricky Kwan and do the one for Roberto Alba. 3 power. Chance for 5, he won't get it. He doesn't get the bunter trait. And for Roberto Alba, he's going to gain 6 power. So both of our third basemen there are getting the power boost. Unfortunately, he does not get Steeler. He's not that fast, but he is developing at 21. So it's worth at least keeping an eye on. That's all for development there. We will keep an eye on roster moves. We'll sign somebody if and when that opportunity comes. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. We'll set the lineup. I am trying to kind of, if I can get through the season in this episode, I'd love to, just so we can get to the re-sign phase, and then I can start scouting for next season. So, I almost played ball. Let's go ahead and simulate. And we kind of tied early, and then we just blew it up. 7-2 loss against the Nemesis. Development between these two, Slackoff and Strauss. I think Strauss is going to be here long term with a 111 average. She has been terrible, but she's a good defender. Slackoff has been pitching not that great either. So between these two, I don't think Olaf has a home in our rotation. Strauss can probably sort things out offensively. She did just recently gain a new trait as well. Okay, we see what happened since that game ended. -4 junk for Tusker. So yeah, if it wasn't for that negative trait, we'd already see the regression for the 23-year-old, and I think that's enough to say that experiment is over. Bertha Banks development, we'll do that one for her. Hannah Hogsman, not going to spend money on you. Lantana has a chance to gain meltdown. I'll pass there. Bertha getting a ton of development here. She's got 6 speed here. So she is getting better and better. I'd love to get that arm up. Yeah, and we're going to have a chance to do that. And then Norm Phenomeno, development with a chance for a loss of the elite four-seam fastball. Let's see what Norm has done since we started this episode. We'll do this one for Bertha. +2 arm, +1 power, chance for 2 more arm, and she won't get it. So she's just going to continue to develop. And Norm, let's see what your so he hasn't pitched again since that first start. And then batting wise, he's batting 111. Holy moly, what is happening here? 2 for 18? Just absolutely embarrassing and disgusting. He might be somebody we get rid of in the offseason, too. He's just been such a letdown. We have money we can spend elsewhere. I'm not going to spend on his development, not just because I don't want to lose Elite Four-Seam, but the speed is not his game, and nothing else matters for him. I'm just going to look to replace him. That's it for development. That's it for that game. Oh, shoot. What the heck? I just started right into that one. Didn't even set the lineups. And this is, oh, that's why. Because this is the, not even our game. Jeez. All right, there we go. Let's get out of there. Don't know what just happened there. Sorry about that. I just simmed to the next game. I forgot to do that. We missed a good one. 6-3 win for the Blowfish. All right, simming to the next game. We're sitting at 4-7. We're 5 games back. It's just getting worse and worse. Still see Snag is on fire. We see Gasser Morris is on fire as well, pitching phenomenally. That's amazing to see. So let's set the lineup and sim through here. I think at the after 12 games, after this game, I'm gonna take a look at the stats for everyone. We take a 1-0 deficit, we get a run, and then that was it. So 6-1 loss for us. The Overdogs take a win. We're now 4-8. Development chance, or I mean, sorry, loyalty here is going to be a drop to Strauss. Jose is for our future. Oh, shit. Between these two, let's see who's playing better right now. Gia has not been able to get anything going, and Vinder's getting worse. Gia has a triple. She only struck out twice. Yeah, we'll go Gia here, I think. And between these two, who do we drop? It's probably going to be Ricky. Actually, Flashlight might be the guy that we drop. Loyalty for Flash is hitless on the year. Ricky Kwan with only 1 hit, but he has stolen a base. I don't know. This whole team sucks. Jeez. All right. Ricky will be easier to get back because he's older. So if we do lose him at 29, he's going to probably make himself more available at his or below his price. Sim to the next game really quick. We'll see what happens since that last game ended. We lost 6-1. Development for Hooper, no thanks. Huck and Duck gets signed, replacing Tatsball 4. 1 arm drop for Ricky Kwan. We gained 2 arm earlier. Sammy gets a new trait, Choker. That sucks. I kind of liked Sammy. She was growing on me in these games early on. Jacob Marshmallow gets signed by the B-Wolves, replacing Latoya Lumberg. I think she shut us down in the game that we watched. Seymour loses 10 contact. Norm Phenomenal gains 10 accuracy. He's now an A plus. I wish you'd use that. I don't know. Do we get him back in the rotation? I don't think it's worth it, honestly. I guess at this point it's not a harm. Maybe he'll settle back in and we can make him worth it in the rotation again. I mean, right now it's Jerry Ronner or Hannah Hogswin, so we'll get rid of one of them. And then Izzy Baker gets signed, replacing BB Takabasai. So before we look at development, yeah, I will go ahead and make a roster move here. Let's take older and more expensive Jerry Ronner. Let's get rid of him. And let's bring in who's the youngest? Oh, there 27 is the youngest. So that's not worth it. Let's see. Ronner is a scholarly. How old are you, Bertram? Bertram's 27. He's got a tier 3 trait and 5 pitches. And we can do that chemistry-wise. Save a bunch of money. That's fine. Yeah, let's do this one. Oh, wait, no, that's... What am I thinking? I need to get rid of the starter for a reliever. And as far as relievers go, the youngest is Felix and Boris. Yeah, we can do this as well. Nobody else is intriguing to me, so... I guess, was Candy a starter? Yeah, she is. Now let's do Boris. He's back. It works chemistry. Wait, is that who we wanted? Oh, it moved. Sorry. Boris moved. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just do that one. That'll put Norm back into the rotation, which, again, doesn't matter right now. But since he gained that 10 accuracy, I think it's worth giving him a few more shots in there. So that's what we'll do there. It means we have to pay attention and make sure... Well, I guess he'll get the last start of the season. That's how it'll go. Alrighty, so we check player development. No for Sammy. No for Atlanta. No for Hannah. No for Seymour. No for Julio. And no for Norm. All right, set the lineup. Okay. And let's simulate. I said I was going to check the stats. Now I'm just going to go to the end of the season. And we get blown out 11-1 with Olaf Slackoff on the mound. So, like, he's supposed to be our ace, but obviously that's not happening. Sammy's going to take a hit because she's way older. Boris or Hannah, neither matter, but Boris is not on this team next year. Okay, that's it for that. Let's sim to the next game. I'm not used to doing all the simming here, so I don't really have a system in place yet. But I do hope that this is understandable. This has been awful. If we've been watching that Overdogs game, 11-1, that's embarrassing. Olaf has development option, and I'm not going to consider it for him. Roberto Alba has a chance to drop his secondary position. I might consider that just for the development option. Chukov with a chance to gain Noodle Arm. That's not something I'm interested in. And then Kelby King gets dropped. She's 38. Murky Nubs Wobble. Murky Nubs Wobbles will get signed. He's 26 with Sign Stealer. Kelby's not interesting to me, but the Crocs doing a little bit of adjusting there. And that's who we play next. Development-wise, no to Chukov. I'm going to do this one for Roberto. He's got to get a lot of development to get even close to a consideration on our team, especially future state. And he's also behind Bertha. So if he loses the secondary position, then we just know he's kind of out at that point. 2 power, 2 speed, 4 power. Nope, not going to get it. 4 speed, he's not going to get that. And I bet you he's going to get the secondary, or he's going to drop. No, he doesn't. Okay, cool. So he gets a little bit better in power and speed department. That's cool. And nobody else is getting development here. So that's where we'll end that. Anything else we were going to do? Let's go ahead and set the lineup and sim this game. I don't know why that's looking like that. That's super weird. All right. Game seems to be glitched a little bit. I haven't. Oh, wow. We win 8-2. Big 8-run game for the Buzzards. We now have our 5th win of the season. It's still tied for the second worst when it comes to the win column. The Heaters are 1-13, which is crazy. All right, who do we do development and drop here? Or, I mean, loyalty for between these two? Has Harmony gotten any better? She does have a home run. She's 5 for 24. Again, she is a good hitter and a good fielder with a great arm. Norm, are you getting there? He hasn't pitched yet. He's got 3 hits on the year. I can't bring him back. I appreciate all of you that are out there as Norm fans, but we cannot justify bringing him back. So I'd rather put Harmony in best position to come back, especially even though she's been disappointing. Okay. We will. Oh, what happened since that game ended? So we have Thurman Colt getting brought in by the Jacks. They replace Bubbles Garcia. I'm going to pass on Bubbles. I don't think he's really valuable for us at 25. Seymour Sox is continuing to regress. He's now 31 contact total. Strauss with speed development, nope. Seymour with development, nope. Sammy losing speed, no, thank you. Gia with development, we're going to do that one. Vinder gets +6 fielding, that's good. And Joseph Trunk gets signed by the Jacks. They just picked up both of our scraps, and they let go of Hiro Masano. 27, if he was younger, might have considered joining or bringing him into the team. Let's take a look at the development. We will do this one for Gia. It's contact and fielding. We'll skip ahead there. She doesn't get the bonus contact. And that's it for her. And that's it for us. So we set the lineup. What am I doing? I feel like I'm completely out of sorts here. I am really curious to know how Jose Tremendo has done since the sim. He hasn't seemed to be popping up here, so I am a little bit concerned for him. We simulate. We take a 1-0 lead. We win 2-1. Junior Young Jr. gets a home run to win it. And we pass the Crocs when it comes to the division. -19 run differential. Take that, Crocs. Crock of shit, more like it. We'll give Hannah the increase here as Seymour is off the team in the next season. Between these two, it's going to be Gasser getting the bonus because he has been incredible for us. He actually might still be in the top 10, which we will see here in a moment. And then between these two, while I could just tank Julio, Olaf, you have been awful this year, so we're going to get rid of your loyalty as well. We don't want you coming back. Sim to the next game. This will be the last game of the season. And development for Gasser Morris, but a chance to gain Meltdown. I'm not risking it. Chance for Hannah to gain Elite 4-seam fastball. She's not coming back, I don't think. Junior Young, +6 arm, and his back catcher position has me intrigued there. Let's see. Mindy Marshwater gets brought in by the Booters, replacing Bay Paul, who's 28. Gonna pass there. Stubby gets dropped, replaced by Meet Commonly by the Heaters, so they're just dropping salary there. Transfer Roberto to gain Butterfingers and speed. Again, I might consider this just for if he gets the development, great. If he loses it, then we're not planning to keep him around. Bentley gets brought in by the wide loads. Smesson gets dropped by the Platypi for Walt Huckster. Interesting choice there. And then Farmhand gets brought in for Lola Knops. Okay. Let's head to development again. Roberto, I'm going to bite the bullet here. Let's do it. 4 speed, -1 power. Chance for more speed, he won't get it, and he gets butter. Okay, so he's done on the team. This is the second bad roll we've gotten. This season is the worst. That makes me feel like we could get away with trying this one, but I also feel like no, they're gonna roll it. I bet you more than anything they're gonna roll it. Last game of the season. Let's simulate and then take a look at the league leaders and the team stats for the season. We are going to set the lineup and have see that they went. We had Norm trying to be at pitcher for like 6 straight games.
Well, TFB will help you get there. Trustee Futures Bank. National Financial
No,
Regulations.
wait, they're gonna keep Boris. We're gonna use pitcher. Okay, that's what we're setting. I don't know if they'll keep him in there. They might change him back out, but that's what we're gonna set the lineup for. If he doesn't stay in, then I don't care. I'm also gonna give JYJ the start here. JY, Junior Young. That's gonna take a minute for me to adjust to. And why do I care? Good question. Okay. Simulate. Jacks are 13-2. We take a 2-0, 5-0, 6-0 lead. All right. Apparently it matters. But now we got to go see if Norm actually pitched. Let's drop Roberto. We're going to get rid of him now that he has the Butterfingers trait. Between these two, sorry, we're going to tank Seymour. Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's take a look at who pitched that game in a moment here. The end drive gets dropped by the Herbisaurs, replaced by Butterfingers. Development for JY Junior Young. By the way, I'm so sorry that my right stick is starting to act up, so that's why you see me like scrolling up and then stopping myself. It's just acting weird. Some roster moves here. Nobody of note that's younger. Lou DeBaziz gets a development option finally at 21. We'll go probably throw a little bit of money at him there. Chance for Boris to get a development, no. Chance for Snag, yes, we'll do that. And Hooper loses 1 velocity. That drops him to a B. Let's check development first. We'll do this one for Lou. 1 accuracy, 1 velocity, 3 more accuracy. Will not get it. And he does not gain the extra pitch. So still not good. Snag. Give him some speed and maybe a first pitch Slayer trait. He gets the first pitch Slayer trait. +3 speed, and he just became an A-, so that's awesome. And we'll do this one for Junior Young. 3 speed, chance for 5 more. He won't get it, and he doesn't get the Dive Wizard trait, so that's fine. Okay. Let's simulate the rest of these games, finish the season. Let me check time. Yeah, we're still really good on time here. One of the most embarrassing seasons I've ever experienced. So I mean, I know that some of you have just started watching me because of this series. This is, I promise I know how to put a team together. Go check out my Outlaws Chemistry Lock Challenge series, and you'll see more success than what you're looking at right now. And I'm hoping that we can turn it around in a season here. So we can have some much more valuable content to show you all. But thank you if you've stuck around. I want to hear your thoughts on this experience so far, as it's been a rocky one for sure. Let's take a look at league leaders. My guess is we for sure have Gasser Morris in the top 10. I have a chance that maybe Snag Roper is snuck in there, but those are the only 2 that I would guess might be there. Gasser number 2. So I think I will go ahead and set the MVP and Cy Young winners here each season. If you haven't been following the Chemistry Lock Challenge that I've been doing, I do acknowledge the players. I don't think I'll be doing any. I guess I hadn't considered an all-star game. I don't think I'll do it this season. I'm not as interested. We know all of these players, so I'm not interested in doing the All-Star game. But let me know if you want me to do that in this. It does take a while to work through stats on every team. But essentially what I do is I pick off the best pitcher and the best position player from each team to be on the All-Star team, and it's both conferences facing off against each other. Is just a exhibition matchup, and then we get into the off season. So let me know if you are interested in seeing that for season two, but I won't be doing it for season one here. Gasser, phenomenal year, incredible pitching, even with Elmo Slayer getting 3 complete games and 4 starts. Gasser threw 1/3 of an inning less than Elmo, which is insane as a reliever. I want to see how many games he's pitched. No one else from our team, but we do have Cy Young winner Elmo Slayer and your Golden Bat or Silver Slugger or MVP Boozled Doozy Shine. So we'll give them some recognition here in just a second. Remember, Elmo Slayer on the B Wolves and Boozle on the Overdogs. I'll go back to them in a minute. Snagged second for batting average. Jose Tremendo with 6 home runs in his rookie year. What a great start for him, only behind the MVP, Boozle Doozy Shine. Sakta with 17 RBIs. Jose and Snag in the slugging department, and same with the OPS. So love to see that from our rookie. He had 8 extra base hits. Snag with 20 total hits, so he picked it up throughout the rest of the season after a slow start. Jose with 11 runs scored. Bitter got caught stealing twice. Buttons Bunderson with 10 stolen bases this year. That's crazy. All right, Ansel with 4 wins. Same with Shady and Elena Lantana with 3. We'll take a look at her the rest of the team stats here in a moment. Gasser making it number 10 for ERA. Nobody in saves. Gasser it's number 2 in WHIP. Number 2 in strikeouts. Elena with 20 strikeouts as well. Then you see Gasser leading in strikeouts per walk. I think he only allowed 1 walk, and then we have a few in the strikeouts per 9 category there. So that is your top 10 or your league leaders. I'm going to set really quick before I forget the. So typically, what I do for the MVP and the Cy Young, so one position player, one position player and one pitcher. I'm gonna set their extra or their gear to all white. I'm not gonna change their gear, so if it doesn't let me, then I'm gonna leave it be. But he gets the white glove treatment, is what I like to call it. So batting gloves are all white. And there we go. He doesn't have an ankle guard or an elbow guard. And then the bat finish. So we're going to go 8. 8 and 8. So Boozle gets the MVP. We will apply that as we save our changes. Go back in. We'll go to the B Wolves. Come down to Elmo. So at 31, the guy is still just a dominant force to be reckoned with. Fielding glove. And I do white because setting consistent colors, since there's no hex codes or RGB, you have to just kind of eyeball it, and that's the best way that I can do it. And even though we're in a DH league, I still change the batting gloves of the pitchers and the bat for the pitchers. So here's where you can see, like, I'm not going to change his bat. We learned that with Rock Quintana in season 1. He got into a funk after I changed his bat so that I could set the colors and everything. And that's going to be the Cy Young winner. So save those changes. Now we'll take a look at the team stats for us. And starting from the top, Jose Tremendo, rookie, 19-year-old. He went 14 for 45. That's a 311 average with a 1.104 OPS. I love to see that. one of two full-time players with a 1 plus OPS. He had 35 total bases, which ties for the team lead. He had a double, a triple, 6 home runs, 8 RBIs. So if it wasn't for Snag Roper, he'd probably be the best offensive player on this team, which is amazing. He did strike out 7 times. He did steal a base, so he has a little bit of everything in his repertoire, and that's who I want. He's going to be our focus. Like, I am going to develop Jose into the King of Kings. That's what we're going to put him into. Vinder Hawkins, 26, 10 for 36 year, 278 average, a 631 OPS. 1 error, so not terrible. He's the only player that got an error on this team, which is a shame. He's somebody I'd keep around, but I'm not like all in on. Snag Roper surprised the hell out of me. A 435 average, 20 for 46, 4 home runs and 11 RBIs, led the team in RBIs. Tied for total bases, 3 doubles. I really like that he turned it on, and he is going to be a core of this team. Bertha Banks was okay. She actually number 3 in home runs for the team, even more than Norm Phenomeno with 0. Harmony Strauss. Bertha is somebody I'll keep around, but she might be designated to a backup role, or maybe she'll be our primary first baseman. We'll see. Harmony Strauss, I might look at a new catcher here. If we're going to get this much out of our catcher that we brought in with offensive capabilities, then why wouldn't I just go with somebody who's cheaper and could just be defense? Because that's essentially what we're getting out of Harmony, but paying so much for it. Gia, bit of a disappointment. I'd look to maybe replace her. JY or Junior Young here could be a backup batter off the bench, but I think his contact is too low for me. Shigatani, I would bring her back if I could. If she stays the same, but I don't know if she's still worth her value or her cost. She batted 324. She had 2 home runs, so she did cool off after a hot start, but I think there's better options at second base that I would consider. Alba, we're going to get rid of him. He gained a bad trade. We actually might keep Chukov as our primary starter at catcher going forward. He actually started in 7 games, or played in 7 games, went 4 for 12. So that's nice to see, a home run and a double. Didn't strike out much either. Quan should be our defensive backup option in the outfield with Steeler trade. I'd like to keep him around if he's a reasonable price. Flash Ladar development, would look to bring him back as a bench infielder. Seymour's gone. Norm Phenomeno, I'm likely going to get rid of him. This was such a disappointment. We can't afford that. Pitching-wise, Norm did pitch that second game, so he went... Are you serious? He went 2 innings before getting pulled? This guy's gone. I can't do that. As a starter, he didn't allow a run, but he still only went 2 innings in his second start. We knew he faced 5 batters the first time, so he only faced 11 in the second game. Yeah, that's a shame. Olaf, not good. He's gone. Tusker, man, I feel bad that we got that surrounded trade for him. He pitched decently well. He'd be a good 3, but I think we at least have to drop him so that we can get him below his value and then bring him back, or we find a better option. Hannah pitched decently well, but she's not viable for the long term as she's just so bad. We already talked about Norm. Boris is gone. Lou, I guess, could stay on as a, just a development option, but he's so bad. Gasser, what can I say about him? He was number 2 in the MVP, or in the top 10. 166 ERA. He pitched 21 and 2/3 innings. He saw 78 batters. Number 1 on the team. Number 2 was Tusker Fuss with 61. That's amazing. Elena Lantana pitched really well. 14 and a 1/3 innings, so we relied heavily on those 2. And then Julio Hooper just got kind of worse as the year went on. Gia pitched, Sammy pitched, and Alba pitched. I think Hooper's gone. I think Bigsworth's gone. Phenomeno's gone. Hannah Hogswin. Honestly, I'm only going to bring back Gasser and Atlanta. I might bring back Lou, but that one's non-committal. So we'll take a look at here in a second. But the season is over. The Buzzards were awful. We've done our development. So we've checked everything else. Um, and that is going to be the regular season. So we're going to start the playoffs. Jack's number one. Number two is the Wide Loads. Number three is the Overdogs. Number four is the Bee Wolves. On the other side, Blowfish number one. Number two, Moose. Number three, Sirloins. And number four, the Wild Pigs. I'm going to sim through all of these games. We'll see who the number one or the champion is in year one. The Sirloins, number three seed versus number three seed Overdogs, and they win it in three. So, wow, the Overdogs knocked off the number one Jacks in that second round. They lost their first game. In those they lost their last two games, and those are the only two games they lost in the playoffs. So that's really crazy. Congrats to the Sirloins. I'm very curious actually to see what their team looks like. So let's see the championship team. We have Roman Rhodes at 21, and you have Kimmy Smoke as your two catchers. You have Testy Aceroni at first, Perry Quaker helping out at first, Emilio Adoya at second, Boomer Platoon at third, Chimo Gaspar at short. He's 21 as well. Yips Frazzler at short, Axel Torque at 34. He aged up a lot. Slash Trips will be your center fielder, and he's 32. Stockton Brickhouse at 24 years old, and then Oakley Stiffs got a lot younger, so two freebooters there. Lecky Luster's on the team. No one cares. Maurice Brick and Donk O are your top two in the rotation. Maurice over 30 now. Donk at 28. Alberto Roberto, 25. Your number three, and then Harbormouth at number four. Split Seamerson, Steamboat Wissel. That was probably a big reason why they did so well. They also have Bale Bozer, Handero Specialo, and Ice Vayner. Number one MVP is Maurice Brick, followed by Manny K's Axel Torque, Stockton Brickhouse, and Amazo Hayes. That's your top five in the playoffs for the top 10. So with that, let's go into the re-sign phase. We are going to just go through this phase really quick, and then we will do the off-season in the next video. That's typically where I'll do some scouting and some planning in the future. So I'm planning. What I typically like to do is I like to bring back players, even if I'm planning to get rid of them, just because it's helpful for chemistry purposes, number of traits, etc. It doesn't skew the data on the right side there as much. So I'll roll this for Harmony. She's worth 9.1. I'm paying her 8.5. We're gonna offer her current salary, and she'll keep that. Chukov, I'd like to keep around. He might be our starter next year. We'll re-sign him at his price. Junior, if he comes for his price, we'll do it. Cool. Sammy, same thing. She's worth what she's getting paid. Flash, slightly below his value. Bertha, she gained a lot here. She's getting paid 5.8. She's asking for 7.2, and she's worth 7.9. She's not somebody I typically put at third base. She had a good year. I'm going to roll the dice. 78% chance. She's going to leave. We can always bring her back. We'll probably have to pay her more than the 7.2 she was asking for. Alberto, we're probably going to get rid of him, so not worried about this one. Snag, asking for 9.8. He's worth 10.5. He's getting 8.9. We have enough room, so I'm going to give him what he's worth, or what he's asking for here. He deserved it. He earned it. Gia, we'll bring her. She's below her current value. Vinder's over his current value, so we are going to release him. That's another thing that I'll do. Even if I want to bring him back, he's going to come back at or below his price. Ricky's at just under his price, so we're going to re-sign him for his cost. And Jose wants to come back at 8.4. He's worth 8.8, so we're going to do that. Seymour, get out of here. Sorry. His current value is 2.8 after that regression. Olaf, we're going to get rid of you. You're asking for more than you're worth. Or you're getting paid more than you're worth. Tusker wants to come back at 7-9. I'll do it for now. Hannah, sure. Norm is hesitant. Oh, but we want you to come back. Get the hell out of here. Actually, I'll roll the 6%. And he leaves. That's fine. Boris asking for too much, or he's worth too much, or not enough. Excuse me. Hey, Alana at 99%. I'm gonna roll this one. She's worth 14.5. Excuse me, 14.5. Gasser wants to stay. Great. Lou wants to stay. Great. And Julio, I'll roll the dice, and he comes back. So we lose 5 or 6. But we're likely going to lose more. 4 out of those 6 are lost because they were being paid more than they were worth, and then 2 did not want to come back at their current offer. So that's where we'll leave it. This team was a huge disappointment. We came in with so much talent. I was very optimistic. We have some things to lean on. We have a great 1-2 punch in the bullpen. We have an incredible once in a lifetime rookie who's coming in. He's an anomaly. Can't wait to see him develop more. We have Snag Roper, our shortstop, anchor of this infield and anchor of this offense. And other than that, I think that's where we'll call it. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts were on season 1, what your experience was. What do you want to see next season as we try and put together a winning team? I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of plans. But remember, we have to stay in Tier 3 crafty. Everything else has to be in Tier 2. So I am going to look to try and get as many crafty traits on this team as possible so we can maximize where our talents lie. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.